When you think of Milan, what comes to mind? It's probably high fashion, stunning cathedrals, maybe a perfect espresso. But what about skiing, bobsledding, or figure skating? It seems like an odd fit, right? So when the International Olympic Committee announced that Milan, along with Cortina d'Ampezzo, would host the 2026 Winter Games, a lot of people were scratching their heads. Milan isn't a mountain town. It doesn't get massive snowfalls. So is this a brilliant forward-thinking move, or a massive gamble that could backfire? Let us break down why Milan might just be the most unexpectedly perfect host for the future of the Winter Olympics. First, let's address the elephant in the room, the location. The official name is Milano Cortina 2026, and that's the key. This isn't just Milan's Olympics, it's a regional Olympics, spread across a huge part of northern Italy. Milan is the hub, the anchor city, hosting ice hockey, figure skating, and short-track speed skating. But the snow and sliding events are happening where they belong, in the mountains. We're talking about legendary winter sports destinations like Cortina d'Ampezzo, which hosted the Winter Games way back in 1956, and Bormio, a regular stop on the Alpine skiing World Cup circuit. The events are spread out, from the Valtellina Valley to the Dolomites, creating a vast winter sports arena. This model completely changes the game. Instead of forcing a single city to build every single venue from scratch, the Olympics are going to where the world-class venues and natural landscapes already exist. This brings us to the geography. Take a look at a map. Milan sits right at the foot of the Alps. It's the gateway to some of the most famous mountain ranges in the world. You can be in the city center one moment, and within a couple of hours, be surrounded by towering peaks, perfect for skiing and snowboarding. This proximity is a massive advantage. It allows the Games to have the best of both worlds, a major global city with all its resources, and authentic, challenging mountain terrain for the athletes. There's no need to build an artificial ski slope on the edge of a metropolis. Instead, athletes will compete on legendary courses that have tested champions for decades. This not only guarantees a high-quality competition, but also gives the Games a sense of history and authenticity that's often missing when everything is brand new. So, while the mountains provide the stunning backdrop and sporting challenge, Milan brings the muscle. And this is where the choice of Milan starts to look less like a gamble and more like a stroke of genius. Think about the logistics of hosting the Olympics. You need to move millions of people, elites, officials, media, and spectators. You need places for all of them to stay, eat, and work. Milan is a major European economic hub. It has a robust public transport system, including a subway and extensive rail network. It has two major international airports, Malpensa and Line 8, connecting it to the entire world. The high-speed rail lines can efficiently connect Milan to the other host regions like Turin and Verona, and hotels. Milan has thousands of hotel rooms, from luxury suites to budget-friendly options, ready to go. By leveraging an existing world-class urban infrastructure, the organizers save billions of dollars. They do only need to build a new airport or a massive new train line just for a 2-week event. It's all already there, built to serve a thriving metropolitan area. This is a huge shift from past Olympics where host cities went into massive debt building. Infrastructure that was barely used after the closing ceremony. This leads us to one of the biggest buzzwords in the Olympic movement today: sustainability. For years, the Olympics have faced criticism for their environmental impact. Cities would clear land, build enormous concrete stadiums, and create a massive carbon footprint, all for a fleeting moment of glory. The Milan Cortina Games are being promoted as the most sustainable Olympics ever, and their plan is actually quite convincing. The official motto is driven by experience and the future. Their strategy is heavily reliant on using existing or temporary venues. According to the organizing committee, around 90% of the venues will be pre-existing or temporary structures. Think about it. Cortina already has the history and the facilities from its 1956 games, which are being modernized. Bormio's Stelvio ski run is already famous. The speed skating oval is being built in Biselga di Pine, a place with a long tradition in the sport. Even in Milan, the organizers are repurposing existing arenas and exhibition halls. The famous San Siro Stadium is slated to host the opening ceremony. This approach drastically reduces the need for new construction, which is the biggest source of cost overruns and environmental damage for any Olympic Games. Of course, we have to be critical. We've heard promises of Green Olympics before that didn't quite pan out. There will still be new construction, like the Olympic Village in Milan, which will be converted into student housing afterwards. And coordinating transport across such a wide area presents its own environmental challenges. But the fundamental principle "do and build what you do" and have two's a massive step in the right direction. It sets a precedent that hosting the Olympics shouldn't mean bankrupting a city and scarring its landscape. Now, let's talk about the money. Hosting the Olympics is notoriously expensive. We've all seen the headlines about cities like Athens or Rio struggling with debt for years after the Games. The Milan Cortina bid seems to have learned from these past mistakes. The budget is significantly lower than for previous Games. By relying on existing infrastructure and venues, they cut out the biggest expenses right from the start. The hope is that the investment will pay off in the long run. The Games are expected to be a massive boost for tourism, not just during the event, but for years to come. It shines a global spotlight on northern Italy's winter tourism industry, potentially attracting a new generation of visitors. The upgraded infrastructure will also benefit local residents long after the athletes have gone home. However, there are always risks. Olympic budgets have a notorious habit of spiraling out of control. Unforeseen costs, security expenses, and construction delays can quickly add up. The Italian economy has its own challenges, and public funds are always tight. The organizers will have to maintain incredibly strict financial discipline to avoid the pitfalls that have plagued so many host cities before them. The success or failure of these games will largely be judged by whether they can stick to their budget and deliver a real, lasting economic benefit to the region. Beyond the economics, there are the social and political factors to consider. What do the people who actually live there think? In Italy, public support for the bid was incredibly high, hovering around 80% in Milan, Lombardy, and Veneto. This is a stark contrast to many other potential host cities in recent years, where public opposition has forced them to withdraw their bids. This strong local backing provides a stable foundation for the organizers. It means less political infighting and fewer protests disrupting the preparations. But hosting an event of this scale inevitably causes disruption. There will be road closures, crowded public transport, and heightened security. Residents in the mountain valleys might worry about over-tourism and the environmental strain on their communities. Managing these concerns and ensuring that the local population feels like they are part of the event, rather than just inconvenienced by it, will be a crucial test for the organizers. They need to deliver on their promises of legacy and community benefits too. Maintain that goodwill right through to the closing ceremony and beyond. Ultimately, the Milan Cortina Games represent a powerful symbol of a changing Olympic identity. The era of the blank check Olympics, where a single city was expected to build a glittering new world for 2 weeks, seems to be over. The IOC itself has been pushing for a more flexible, sustainable, and affordable hosting model through its Agenda 2020 and new norm reforms. Milan Cortina is the first Winter Games to be fully awarded under these new rules. It's a test case, a grand experiment. Can a regional games spread across hundreds of kilometers feel cohesive? Can it capture the magic and unity of the Olympic spirit when the events are so dispersed? This model says that a country's sporting heritage and existing infrastructure are its greatest assets. It suggests that the future of the Olympics lies not in building new monuments, but in cleverly using what's already there. It's a shift from extravagance to pragmatism. So, is Milan a good choice for the Winter Olympics? When you look beyond the surface, the answer seems to be a resounding yes. It's a choice that redefines what it means to be a host city. It leverages the urban power of Milan for logistics and ceremonies, while celebrating the authentic winter sports culture of the Alps for the competitions. It prioritizes sustainability and financial responsibility over wasteful construction. This regional model might just be the blueprint that saves the Winter Olympics, making them more accessible, more affordable, and more environmentally friendly for decades to come. It might have seemed like an odd choice at first, but Milan Cortina 2026 could very well be the games that define the future. What do you think? Is this regional approach the future of the Olympics? Or will it lose the magic of having everything in one city? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching.